Greetings, 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 good people. It is hot topics time, and I am back. Okay. If you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are not, welcome back. Y'all, I'm going to try to keep my composure during today's hot topics because it's nothing but a ball of foolishness. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, today's hot topics is going to consist of ChuckECheese and handcuffs, mamas, microphones, and marijuana. All right. So brace yourself. I'm going to try to be mature, but I can't promise you anything. All right. So without further ado, let's get into the first topic on today's lineup: mercy. Okay. You guys remember when Sean Kingston and his mother got arrested down in Florida for fraud and all types of credit card fraud, bank fraud? They were getting beds and jewelry and they weren't paying the people. Well, his mother has been sentenced. And yes, that is his mother on the right. Okay. Everybody calm down. So, Sean Kingston's mother sentenced to 5 years in $1 million wire fraud scheme involving luxury goods. All right. So, this is according to the good folks over at the Neighborhood Talk. And the caption reads, "Neighbors, get into this. The mother of R&B singer," he's an R&B singer? I guess. The mother of R&B singer Sean Kingston was sentenced Wednesday to 5 years in federal prison after being convicted alongside her son in a wire fraud case that prosecutors say involved over $1 million in stolen luxury items. 63-year-old Janice Turner was also handed 3 years of supervised release following her prison term. Her son, 35-year-old Sean Kingston, is scheduled to be sentenced August 28th. So, according to federal prosecutors, Turner and Kingston were found guilty of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and 4 separate counts of wire fraud. The charges stem from a 2024 scheme in which the pair posed as high profile buyers to scam vendors out of expensive merchandise, including luxury vehicles, high end jewelry, and even a custom made bed. Now, y'all that obsessed with luxury that you would commit fraud, whatever. So I remember there were reports, I think it was last week, where the mother was begging the judge to not deport her because she was facing deportation. I don't know if that's probably not the case. If she's gonna have supervised, she's gonna be on probation after she completes her 5 year sentence. So she's probably not gonna be deported. She was begging not to be deported. Now she is from Jamaica, and some folks were saying, why wouldn't she want to be deported? Comments on Twitter were saying she should go back home. But I can tell you my strong opinion. Let me not say I can tell you. My strong opinion is that she probably owe people money in Jamaica, or she doesn't have family that she gets along with in Jamaica, or she would be ashamed to return to Jamaica under these circumstances because she probably was flossing on her relatives and didn't want to go back. So if you're begging to stay in the United States and not go back to Jamaica, there's a valid reason why. So Sean Kingston, like it says, he'll be sentenced next month, toward the end of next month, and we will see what he gets. All right, moving along, y'all. We still down in Florida with the foolishness, okay? Shenanigans take place and reign supreme in the state of Florida. I like to call it the Dumbshine State. So ChuckECheese mascot was arrested for credit card fraud, y'all, and this was during a kids' party at a Florida location. Okay, the fun came to an expected stop at a Florida ChuckECheese when police arrested the mascot in the middle of a kid's birthday party. Can you imagine this? Can you imagine this? The man inside the costume was identified as Jermel J. Jones, 41, who was booked in Leon County Jail early Thursday morning, July 24th, on charges of credit card theft, criminal use of personal identification, and fraudulent use of a credit card. Well, good for you, Charles. Charles E. Cheese. That's extremely embarrassing to be yanked out of your place of employment as the character Chucky. Were the kids screaming? Oh my God. Witnesses say officers walked into the Tallahassee location and pulled Jones out while he was still fully dressed as the beloved character, shocking parents and kids. I can only imagine. Videos circulating online show police removing the mascot's head, oh my, before escorting him to a patrol car. Jones was later released on a $1,000 bond. So no details have been released yet about whose card was used or how much money was involved. ChuckECheese has not issued a statement at this time. And you know why the establishment ain't issued no statement? Because I think they're the ones that dropped the dime on Charles E. Cheese. Okay. How else would they know to find him at ChuckECheese and he was in costume? That job dropped the dime on him. My God, this is embarrassing. And can you imagine the younger kids who don't understand and they saw his head ripped off? Look at this cop. Them cops in Florida don't give a damn. Not one. All right. Up next. Oh, Gloria, hallelujah, Woods. Okay. It's being reported that she was arrested for drug possession in Georgia. Now, there is an update, but I want to read this article first for those of you who may not be aware, and to also show how TMZ is reporting this. So Glorilla, legal name Gloria, they should have put her middle name in there, hallelujah, Woods, was arrested in Georgia on 2 serious drug charges. Okay. According to jail records obtained by TMZ, the rapper was booked Tuesday for possession of a scheduled controlled substance and possession of marijuana over 1 ounce. Both felony offenses under Georgia law. All right. Details surrounding the arrest remain unclear, but police confirm she was taken into custody and released later that day after posting $22,000 bond. So TMZ and them said that they reached out to her reps for comments. So far at this time, when this article was posted, no word back. And then TMZ goes into talk about how Glorilla was arrested back in April of last year on a DUI. And at the time, the cops say that they saw a car make a U-turn at a solid red light and they pulled the vehicle over. She basically failed the field sobriety test. She wasn't able to stand and keep her balance, so on and so forth. All right. So this was the first article that TMZ posted. And we're going to switch over to the Jasmine brand with an update. So Glorilla actually speaks out following her arrest for alleged drug possession. And she says, no, I wasn't busted. My house got robbed. One thing about Glorilla, she will come out and address whatever it is that is going on and kind of like spill her own tea. Okay. So she's young, but at least she has enough sense to basically confront social media head on and clear up, I guess, whatever needs to be clear up. All right. So the article reads, moments ago, the Memphis rapper took to X to set the record straight on her short stint behind bars. Sharing similar sentiments as a statement from her legal team, Glow said, crazy? My house got home invaded Saturday while I was in Indianapolis performing for the WNBA All-Star Game. And instead of focusing on finding the suspects, they focused on some cannabis. As reported, news broke this morning, July 24th, that on Tuesday, Glorilla was booked and soon released on a $22,000 bond in Georgia for alleged drug possession. She reportedly faces 2 felony charges, possession of a Schedule 1 controlled substance and possession of marijuana over 1 ounce. It was later revealed that the arrest came after it was later revealed that the arrest came after cannabis was allegedly found by police when Glow's family called following a break-in. So her house was broken into, okay, allegedly, and her family called the cops. Cops went in there and found marijuana. So they issued a warrant for her arrest. Okay. So this is what she wrote on social media. Long story short, my house gets home invaded and I'm the only one that gets arrested. So that's T. That's what she posted to clarify and clear it up. Okay. Her attorney, said to TMZ, instead of investigating the violent home invasion and theft at Glorilla's home, they sought a search warrant after spotting what they believe was a small amount of marijuana. Law enforcement then pursued arrest warrants for her, even though she hasn't been at her home for some time. No arrest warrants have been issued for the violent home invaders. Mrs. Woods is a victim, not a suspect. Okay. I like that statement. Straight to the point. And I agree. Instead of you trying to find who these folks are that allegedly broke into her house, you think anybody broke into her house? Interesting. This seems weird, but not too weird to be fake. Okay. So in her words, Glow added, oh, like I said, so do you think the police dropped the ball on this one? Sound off in the comments. That's what the Jasmine brand is asking you to do. So basically, her home gets invaded, broken into. Cops were called, rightfully so. Cops go in there, they find marijuana, and they issue an arrest warrant for her. But what about her home being broken into? So I wonder, who did the police speak with when they arrived on the scene? And where was her family? Were they in the house? If her family members were in the house when this alleged break-in happened and then they called the cops, y'all couldn't put up the marijuana? Certain things are a little unclear, but I'm pretty sure as time goes on, more things will be revealed, or this could all just be a humiliation ritual. Moving along, Cardi B is getting sued again, okay? You know, I know her lawyers love her, okay, because she is keeping these folks in business, all right? So a lawsuit was filed against Cardi B because you guys remember, when was this? 2 years ago, 2023, 2 years ago, when she was at this function in Las Vegas at this venue, and someone threw ice on her or water on her. She told people to throw water on her, whatever. She got hit with a cup of ice water, whatnot. And this is a still shot of her throwing the microphone into the crowd. Well, this microphone hit somebody, okay? And now 2 years later, this somebody is filing a lawsuit against Cardi B. Her lawyer is speaking out, as he should. All right, so let's get into it. Cardi B's legal team is speaking out after she was hit with a lawsuit over the 2023 microphone throwing incident. In the statement to TMZ, Cardi's attorney, let me tell you something, Drew ain't no joke, okay? He basically called the new civil suit a transparent and pitiful attempt at a financial shakedown. He goes on to say the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department and the Clark County District Attorney's Office closed this matter for insufficient evidence a long time ago. But apparently the opportunity to try to make money off of a celebrity was too much for some willing law firm to pass up. Ooh, isn't he witty with his words, okay? So he's issuing a statement on behalf of his clients, on behalf of his client, Cardi B, rightfully so. Now, as previously reported, Cardi threw a microphone into the crowd during a heated moment at Dre's Beach Club in Vegas. The mic struck a concert goer, but the incident was investigated and was cleared of she was cleared of criminal charges. Cardi, that is. Now the alleged victim is suing for assault, battery, and negligence, even claiming that the mic being auctioned off for charity caused her emotional distress, okay? So, people always sell things online. I forgot how much. I did hear a report earlier today that it was auctioned off for a specific amount, but I don't remember the actual amount. So she's basically saying that she was traumatized having to go through all of this. Let me tell you where Cardi kind of dropped the ball. I thought about it. I said, is this lawsuit a publicity stunt? And I know some of you may be thinking, like, who would go through the great length to file a lawsuit? Somebody who's being paid to do so. See, I look at these entertainers. When things happen, I oftentimes look at it as an opportunity for them to gain traction, to trend. And it sounds crazy, but it's been done. It has been done. Crazy things have been done in order for these celebrities to trend. If they have a big project coming up, if they're trying to get their name to trend, whatever. It's the oldest trick in the book, okay? Cardi B does have an album that is dropping out in September. So I wondered, that's one of the things that came to my mind. Like, I wonder if she paid this girl to file a lawsuit so that everybody can, her name can be trending. I think there was a press conference that was supposed to be held. If it happened today, then I totally missed it. I don't know. And it's like, why now, right? 2 years later. And it's being said that they wanted to wait until the client was comfortable and ready to proceed with the lawsuit. I mean, but this is pretty cutthroat, right? I mean, not cutthroat, cut and dry. You got hit with the microphone and you sustained probably injuries, maybe. I don't know. You have emotional distress. You're probably traumatized. I mean, that's pretty straight up and down. But as Cardi's lawyer said, this matter was investigated and everything was dismissed. I'm gonna tell you where Cardi not messed up, but what she could have done. Once the matter was investigated and she was cleared of all charges, what she should have done was she should have had some of her she should have some sort of representation, whether it be her lawyer or whoever, assistant, I don't know, business manager, financial manager, whatever. She should have had someone reach out to the girl and say to her, listen, can we work something out? Get her to sign a non-disclosure agreement. Get her to sign some sort of agreement saying that she will never try to sue her civilly or criminally, and break her off with some change. Hello? That's really what she wants, right? She had an opportunity to make this right. That girl was embarrassed. And I know some people are saying, well, why would you throw ice on her? I don't know. It's back and forth about Cardi told the people to throw ice on her. The girl didn't like her and she wasn't a Cardi fan and she hated her. Either way, you should have seen this coming. And again, if she's using this as a publicity stunt because her album is going to be released in September, then bravo. I'm pretty sure they're working all the financials out behind the scenes and making us think that this is an actual legit lawsuit. I mean, you can file a lawsuit against anyone. Doesn't mean that it can go through, and it doesn't mean that you will win your case, right? So this will be interesting to see how this pans out. But I think, Cardi B, this happened 2 years ago. You and your team should have made this situation right. Because all in all, yeah, she threw ice on you or whatever, but you hit her with a microphone. So you should have just ate that and made it right. You could have, if this is not a publicity stunt, you could have avoided all this drama. But then again, the name of her album is Am I the Drama? So this is appropriate, I guess, right? Here's what I want you to do, guys. Drop down in the comments and share your thoughts about these hot topics. What do you think about Gloria Hallelujah Woods being arrested? What really happened with this break-in? I'm curious to know who was at the scene when the cops arrived. And again, if her family was in the house, why the heck y'all ain't put up the sticky icky? Crazy. Y'all should be protecting Glorilla. She's the money, I'm sure. Anyway, also, what do you think about Sean Kingston's mother being sentenced to 5 years? Honestly, I think she got off pretty light, considering the charges. And I think this is not her first time being charged with fraud or going to jail for fraud. So she got off pretty light. And Cardi B, of course. What do you think about this lawsuit? I would love to hear from you, so drop down in the comments and share your thoughts. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for rocking out with me to the very, very end. I greatly appreciate it. All right, y'all, I'm gone. I'll be back. I love you for watching. As always, until next time, I will talk to you later.